Hello everybody, welcome to another tier list. Wow, I'm getting good at these. We're doing the AEW roster today, and how I'm going to rank it is where I think that these wrestlers should be. So the categories I've made are Mount Rushmore, so I'm going to pick 4 AEW superstars who I think will go on the Mount Rushmore of AEW, or I think already are. The guys and the girls, so these are the people at the top. So the way I describe this is like world champion level. Brink of the main event or should be in it. So this is somebody who I think should be like fighting amongst the main event, or they really should be in it but they're not. Upper mid card is like kind of your TNT continental like contenders. I mean, it's a bit weird because I think like people like Okada, I don't know if I'm sure he's on this list, but I don't quite think he's like an upper mid carder. Mid card as fuck is just, there'll always be a mid carder. Then I've gone jobber / enhancement talent, so they have a job there in AEW. They might win like a couple of matches, but the main reason they're there is to make other people look better or to just job basically. Can just about bear them, so it's like just somebody who, like, I accept they're a professional wrestler, but I don't think they offer too much to the roster. Get rid, I mean, this is kind of a harsh one. I don't think I'll put many in here, but this is like people who I think just don't suit AEW's style of product, or that I just don't think are going to ever have a purpose in AEW again. They might go to another promotion and be the top person, but not in this promotion. And then the last category is quite fitting because I've spelt recognise wrong. So it's, I can't recognise the picture because I don't know if you guys know, but I've got really bad eyesight. Or I've not paid enough attention to the matches, because the thing is with AEW, I watch like a hell of a lot of AEW, but sometimes, like, you know, I've got 2 monitors and I'm sat on my PlayStation or gaming on my PC on my second monitor, and I've just got these on in the background, and maybe I should have paid it. I'm a bad wrestling fan, but you get what I mean. So we're starting with Aaron Solo, part of QTV with Johnny TV, QT Marshall. I mean, has he really got like anything? I'm going to put him just about, but I actually think he's quite talented. I'm going to put him in jobber enhancement talent. I don't know where he goes from here. I haven't actually seen him for a while. Abaddon, unique. Very unique for me, but I don't see her going above mid-card in my opinion. I think she's got a unique look, so I think there's like obviously a little bit of something there. Action Andretti, he's a flipper. He's one of the flippers of AEW, as the WWE fans say. I'm a WWE fan as well, so I can say it. But I kind of have that educated version that is the product. Like, the product is focused on like wrestling, professional wrestling, not sports entertainment. So quickly, sorry, I might cough because I talk really fast. So with WWE, I think WWE and AEW are in different markets. I think WWE is in the sports entertainment market, where it's all about sort of like character building and storytelling. I think AEW's in the professional wrestling market, which is like less focus on potentially the stories, but like in-ring showcasing the best talent around the world. Action Andretti for me is a mid-card as fuck though. Adam Cole, I mean, for me, Adam Cole, I think like I don't really get gutted like certain fans when certain people leave to other brands. But I really think WWE should have kept Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era. But he's, for me, he's like kind of here at the moment. He's in the upper mid card, but I definitely think he has the potential to be a world champion. So, yeah, Cope. Ooh. I mean, for me, I mean, I have to purely base it off Matt. I think he should be the guy. I like Cope. I know a lot of people like. And a lot of AEW fans don't rate like the older talent coming in and really like kind of burying the younger talent. I don't think he's burying younger talent, because the matches he has, although he has a good win percentage, he's actually like making people look really good. And of course, Edge, Adam Copeland, whatever you want to call him, Cope, like, he's very important to that roster. I would even debate putting him on Mount Rushmore, but I'm purely doing it off AEW, and I just don't think he's been there long enough. He's had some really Mount Rushmore moments, but Adam Page. Frustrating with Adam Page, the thing is, like, he's one of my favourites, and I just think he's booked really poorly. And I think if they don't, like, he's in a feud at this point. I'm recording this video with Christopher Daniels, and he's about to have a Texas death match. By the time this video is out, he's probably already had it. Christopher Daniels was great about 10 years ago in TNA, but like the Fallen Angels kind of like, I feel like Adam Page should be in the main event, and that's that section fits perfectly. I feel like he's a world title contender, definitely a world title contender. Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order, mid card as fuck. I do like the Dark Order, but I don't like Evil. Actually, no, I don't like the Dark Order because that John Silver guy creeps me out. He's got, like, no disrespect to him, he's a very talented wrestler, but he's just the way he's built creeps me out. He's like a miniature bobblehead. Angelico? Ooh, I haven't seen him for a while. There is some that I don't recognise. I mean, I can't see who that is because some of the pictures in my eyesight are blurry as hell. Like, they have to have, like, a distinct feature. Like, I can see the hat on him for me to be able to tell who it is. Or they just have to be, like, really... Like, I can just tell who it is. That's Angelico for me. He's a jobber or enhancement. I mean, I don't really... The thing is, I don't really see where he goes from here. Anna Jay... I just want to say this, and it's kind of weird and cringe, but she's an extremely beautiful woman. Just want to throw that out there, like, but she's also talented. I'm going to put her in upper mid-card for now. I think she's got talent, and I think she's got that look whereby people obviously find her, like enjoyable to watch. Like, I quite like her attire. I quite like Anna Jay, to be honest. Anthony Bowens. I think for me... obviously the balance between in-ring and charisma is like essential. Now, would the Acclaimed be better suited to being in the sports entertainment industry, because I think they could get to being a top tag team in the main event. I really like the Acclaimed, and I think they're quite underbooked, and I think what they do on the entrance ramp, Max Caster rapping and all that, I think it's quite unique. That's Anthony Ogogo. I only recognise that because he was a British boxer. I can just about bear him. Because the problem being, actually get rid. Not because he's a bad wrestler, but like as a Brit, I've seen him box. Like, I'm a boxing fan as well. So I've seen him box quite a lot, and it's just weird to see him in a wrestling ring. I think he should... I mean, I think he's retired now. Well, he obviously retired from boxing, but it's just strange to see, you know? Don't recognise. Do recognise that person. Kind of. Is that, yeah. Athena? I do recognise this guy, these two. But my eyesight doesn't let me. I can't blow it up. I don't know. If you guys know the zoom in button, that'd be brilliant. I'm not that technically gifted. I might see it with the graphics, but I'm not that technically gifted. Athena? Liked her as Ember Moon on NXT, but that counts for nothing in this tier list. This is just Athena. She's great in Ring of Honor. But I think for me, she's on the brink of main event. I think AEW should be using her a lot more. I think she's got a lot to give. I think sticking her on Ring of Honor is not the right decision. But obviously, you've got to keep that you got to keep that product fresh, and you've got to keep it full of. You got to keep some really main event talent in there. Austin Gunn. I mean, the Ass Boys, I found the other ones that we can do together. Should have done the same with the Acclaimed. Can I find Max Caster? Not with my eyesight, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm never going to find him until we get to him, I don't think. I'll just have a quick look. 2-minute look. Not 2 minutes, that's ridiculous. He should be around here because that's Matt Sydal. I think it's in alphabetical. Yeah, he's there. Put him with Anthony. Then we can just do the tag teams together. I wish they did put the tag teams together. So, for me, Bullet Club Gold and Jay White are severely underbooked, and I also think that these guys could be in the main event. I really like the look, and I really like the dad as well. That's a bias thing, but, I obviously grew up in the Attitude Era, so, these guys, I don't know, Bandido, extremely talented Mexican wrestler, I believe. Saw him in CMLL a bit, I think, as well. He's upper mid card for me. I think he's got potential if they book him right, but yeah, Big Bill. Well, I mean, this is very dependent on I can just about bear Big Bill. I honestly think the biggest mistake he ever made was leaving Cat Enzo. I don't know if there's any drama or anything. I don't read into WWE backstage politics and all that stuff and wrestling backstage politics. But I think his biggest break was with Enzo, and now he's kind of a side character wherever he goes. Billy Gunn? Um, I don't think that we need like there's so many sections, but we need like a separate section for like just Hall of Famers. Can we do that? Can we like add a row below that just says like this, just a legend? Like they've already put their time in the business. I mean, Edge should go in this category really, but I think Edge has got like quite a couple more years to give, maybe 2 years. I'm gonna put Billy Gunn in legend just because he doesn't compete that much anymore. And like when I'm doing this tier list, like the direction he's gonna go in is not gonna be like it's not gonna be like major. He might have a couple more matches, but I don't trios matches. But you gotta he's give a lot to AEW in terms of the backstage side of things. Bobby Lashley, well, he's gonna be in the main event, isn't he? Approaching 50 years old, Bobby Lashley, and I've noticed a pattern here that AEW sign people. I think Lashley was a great signing for AEW, by the way, but like. Why? I would have liked to see AEW buy him, like try and approach him sooner. I know you can't encroach on people with contracts, but yeah, I think that was a signing they should have made a lot earlier. Britt Baker for me is in the main event. I really like Britt Baker. I don't really see why is she not on AEW that much anymore? Is she injured, or is she like what's going on there? Brian Cage. See, I watched a lot of Brian Cage in TNA. I have paid like quite a lot of attention to him in AEW, but the stuff I've seen is severe, like quite underbooked. I'm gonna put him in upper mid card because I think now he's with the Don Callis family and he's got this new look. He's just had a match with Kenny Omega. That's quite a big step, but like he looked good in that match as well, by the way. But where does he go from here? Brody King doing really well in Japan at the moment, isn't he? But as for AEW, he's never really been above mid card with the House of Black, and I also think that Malachi Black's gonna potentially go back to WWE. So like what do they that's why I'm so proud that Buddy, who I'm going to do next, for me should always have been in the main event and should have been like, I like the idea of the House of Black. One thing I like about AEW that other people don't like is the factions. Like I like how there's so many factions and people are assigned to them, but that doesn't mean they like have to tag team wrestle. Reminds me a bit of the NWO in WCW, but like 10 times. Brian Keith, part of the Learning Tree. I don't really like his look. I can just about bear him. He's quite talented, actually. He's a jobber, isn't he? Seen him on Ring of Honor quite a bit. He just loses all the time, but he's with the Learning Tree. Do I like the Learning Tree? There's some factions I like, some I don't. So Death Riders I'm not a massive fan of, but I liked the Blackpool Combat Club. The Learning Tree I'm not a big fan of. As you can see, 2 of the members I've put in jobber and can just about bear. That Bryan Danielson, for me, he'd be on my Mount Rushmore because I know he's like, I don't know if he's signed another contract. I know 2024 was his last full-time in-ring career, but like for what he's done and what he's given, yeah, like the matches with Ospreay, he's had some brilliant matches with John Moxley. Very early on, he's had good affiliations with the Blackpool Combat Club. He's the Japanese talent that's come over, like just to showcase and get exposure. He's done a brilliant job with them. So I put FTR, if I can find the other one. Yeah, I can. FTR for me are in the guys. They're the best tag team in the world at the moment, and I think to give the tag team credit, they have to be in there. The tag team division of professional wrestling credit, they have to be in there. For me, they're the best tag team in the world. Jericho, he's on my Mount Rushmore. People won't like that, and I understand that people are a bit sick of him and tired of seeing him, but like if we take it into perspective from 2018 where he's been, this doesn't mean that he's gonna being in this tier doesn't mean that these guys are gonna get like pushed to the moon like these guys. I mean, yeah, Adam Cope for me would just be in here like competing with the top guys, but Chris Jericho, first AEW World Champion, a little bit of the babble. Oh no! Right, we're back. He's been insanely good for AEW, despite the fact that obviously over recent years he's got kind of annoying. Christian Cage. He's in the main event. His heel work is quite revolutionary in AEW. I know it's a TNA. I quite like the character he's playing now. Chuck Taylor never liked. I know people like him in Best Friends, but I never liked him. I'm gonna book just about bear. Don't like his look. I'm not a big fan of his in-ring work, but who the hell am I to judge? Claudio Castagnoli should be in the main event, but isn't. He's just The thing with Claudio is I feel like ever since he's come into AEW, he's just kind of been something like John Moxley's bitch. And I don't really like that. I think he's worth more than that. I do know who that is, but I haven't seen enough matches. Danhausen, always injured, but he's got potential, hasn't he? Like, I quite like, he's a character. I'm going to put him in upper mid-card. That doesn't mean I think he'll only ever compete here, but he's just injured quite a lot. Danny Garcia, very young and very talented. Don't like, I mean, recently he's gone away from that dancing gimmick, which I actually thought put him super over. Kind of gone to this baby face where he's like super popular. I'm going to put him in upper mid-card now. I don't think he's ready for the main event, and I don't think he will be in 2025. But he'll get there. He's only young. Is that Dante Austin? Yeah, it is. He's a jobber and an enhancement talent, but an extremely talented in-ring competitor. I think somebody like Dante Austin is essential to the roster as well. He does lose quite a lot. Actually, he's mid-card as fuck because he does get put in some spots where he's like in a really prominent match. So you could say that. Darby could argue on the Mount Rushmore, to be honest. He's a main eventer in my opinion. He reminds me of like a modern day Jeff Hardy, but like a bit more extreme. So I have to put some respect on his name and really push him. I haven't seen enough of his matches. I do know who it is. Deonna Purrazzo. She was great in TNA, but like she's gonna be upper mid card, I think, in AEW. That's where I see them putting her. I think she had the rivalry with Toni Storm, obviously because of the history in NXT and obviously before that on the independent scene. But like, yeah, she's one of them who's I don't think she's quite main event. I don't know why. I quite like her. I genuinely think Deonna would have been better staying in TNA because she could have been the top woman. I might come back to these and see if I can zoom in, find a way. I might Google it. Dustin Rhodes, legend. He's more featured in Ring of Honor now, but like he's a legend, man. He's done a lot for the business. It's very difficult for me to. These are just people I don't want to rank as well. Eddie Kingston. This is a controversial one. This. Don't know who that is. That's Evil Uno. Griff Garrison, Harley Cameron. I think that's Hikaru Shida. Power Ranger. No, I'm joking. Hook. Isaiah Kennedy, Jack Perry, Jamie Hayter, Julia Hart, Jay Lethal, Jay White. So I can kind of recognise some of them. I'm just trying to, because I've seen these renders obviously when I'm doing the match cards. So Eddie Kingston. Oh, this is a controversial one because people don't like he's got a very specific style, hasn't he? I'm gonna put him in upper mid card. I don't think for me that style can come across. Not. I don't want to use the word insulting, but like I like him though. I like his character. But some of his in-ring stuff does make me think like the chops, the quick chops. I think that's what it does. I like pork chops, not quick chops. Evil Uno. I mean, Get Rid's a bit extreme. Ugh. I just don't like him. I mean, he's jobber, but I can't put him in. Can just about bear with these two. Griff Garrison, I no interest. Like in, I mean, I haven't seen enough of him really. Where's he even gone? Like, just disappeared. Harley Cameron, amazing look, but she's always going to be upper mid card. I like her though. I really like her. Hikaru Shida should be in the main event. Very talented woman. Power Ranger, not rating. I'm not rating the Power Ranger, the Green Power Ranger. Hook. See, Hook's extremely like talented, and he reminds me of like a little, like obviously Taz, but like a little bit of the one who should not be mentioned, Chris Benoit. Just his style reminds me of that, just the suplex style and things, the technical aspect. I mean, Hook's very young. He's like 25. He's in the upper mid card at the moment, and this is where I think maybe his ceiling is, or just 2025 specifically. I don't agree with the fact that I don't think he'd suit WWE. I think he's okay where he is, and he'll be successful in AEW. But I'm going to put him in upper mid card because I don't see him really hitting this spot yet. I think there's plenty of time. I think in 5 years' time, completely different opinion. He might not even wrestle anymore. Kennedy, Zayn, whatever you call him. I'm not a fan of Private Party, you know. Shots. But they're the tag team champions at the moment. So where's Mark Quinn gonna be? My life. It should be around here though, somewhere. Here. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in upper mid card. I think for me they are just like kind of champions that are gonna pass it on to the Hurt Syndicate. If I'm being honest, that's just from a provisional prediction. But that's what I think will happen. Jungle Boy. Can't call him that anymore. Scapegoat. I mean, Scapegoat Jack Perry for me is upper mid card. Don't quite think he fits into here. I think he's very like all the backstage politics stuff. I don't deal, like I told you, I don't read too much into backstage drama because I don't like. I just appreciate the product and like what happens in the ring. I don't get involved in all the reality stuff. I watch the product and I act as if like when I watch it, the characters are the characters. I don't watch it as if like you get what I mean. I don't watch it like to get to know. Like I do read about these guys, but like not in that sense. Just them on their own, not like backstage drama like the Jericho Lesnar stuff. Like I don't read into it. The only one I've actually read into is Brett and Shawn at Survivor Series, really. But Jamie Hayter, British girl, British. She's so underbooked, bro. I mean, if you're from the UK and you've watched her stuff, like you know she's a very talented wrestler. She should be potentially a future world champion. But it doesn't seem like they've got that kind of ambition for her, does it? Julia's like seen as a manager, but she's actually quite talented in ring. I'm going to put her in upper mid card just for now. I think with all the stuff with Malachi Black potentially going to WWE, I think the House of Black will take like a bit of a back burner and go on sort of individual runs. And I think it's a good opportunity for Julia Hart to showcase what she can do, to be honest. Sipping a slush puppy. You know what they are. Jay Lethal, legend. I mean, I prefer him for his stuff in TNA, but that's pretty self-explanatory. Jeff Jarrett can go in legend as well. I know it's the last outlaw, but he's a legend in the business. And I mean, it's hard to predict where they're going to go because these guys have unlimited time. They're probably going to go to a backstage role soon, or maybe like retire completely. Switchblade, for me, should be in the main event. He's another one that's got the Adam Page syndrome, where like they're extremely talented and we like them, but it's the case that Tony Khan's just not pushing them or giving them the right feuds. Like I think Jay White and Adam Page would have been a better feud than Christopher Daniels, but whatever. This guy creeps me out. Get rid of him. John Silver. He just creeps me out. I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler or anything. He just creeps me out. He's just I don't know. And when I played for AEW Fight Forever or tried that game, the model they give him creeped me out to shit. Like honestly, Johnny TV, probably upper mid card. I see. Isn't he like more on Ring of Honor though now? Like he's barely in it. When was the last match he had? Were it with QTV? Mox. For me, Mox goes on the Mount Rushmore. Current world champion, but extremely big move from him to leave WWE when obviously he was quite successful. He's quite a unique story, him, because he was very successful in WWE as well. So it's not like he got released and went to AEW. He chose to go to AEW and did a really good job. Not a big fan of the Death Rider stuff. I think in the next year, obviously, he's world champion going into 2025. So like, I can't really put him lower than this tier anyway. I know some people don't like him. I know he likes to bleed every night, but I like him, and I think what he's done for the AEW is he's good. Juice. I'm not gonna rate these women because I haven't seen enough of their matches. Juice for me, I like the character. I'm gonna put him in brink of main event. I think that's fair. Shibata. I mean, he's 42 years old now. He had that really bad head injury, so like, how long has he actually got left? I think he's getting involved in that Christian and Hook rivalry, by the looks of things. I don't see him going above upper mid card now, but some people would say he's mid card, so I'm going to put him in mid card. I really respect his other work and his work in Japan, by the way, but this is a pure AEW tier list. Okada goes in the top tier. I mean, he really makes that Continental Championship feel really valuable, to be honest. Keith Lee, get rid. He's not like they're not using him. So this is a very, very rare instance that I'll probably never say this, and I know it's controversial and hypocritical to what I say at the start, where I said I don't think people would be better off anywhere. I didn't want to do that, but Keith Lee for me is more WWE. I know he was booked poorly in WWE, but despite being really poorly booked, he was super over in WWE. So, I mean, he was over in AEW, but I just don't think it's worked out for him. Kenny Omega goes to the top. Mount Rushmore, founding member, one of the greatest wrestlers to ever live, in my opinion. Not quite like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, them kind of levels, but he's in my top 25, I'd say, of all time, just for his work in Japan. But in AEW, obviously, he's done some incredible stuff. The feud with Don Callis and all that stuff. Not seen enough of her. Luchasaurus, is he even doing anything? Because I think at this point, I mean, I might be wrong, but I haven't seen him for a while. I don't want to put... He's just mid-card as fuck. Kip Sabian, part of the patriarchy. Commander as well. Konosuke Takeshita, Kota Ibushi, Chris Statlander, Kyle O'Reilly, Kyle Fletcher. That looks like Pac, but it ain't. That's how bad my eyesight is. Is it Pac? Not seen him either. Lee Moriarty. I do know that's the. Is that not the guy? I can't tell, bro. My eyesight's so bad. Where's legit Layla Hirsch? Because I feel like we've just. Is that legit Layla Hirsch there? I'm gonna move it. Right, let's stop moving stuff because I'm just moving the ones I can't see properly because of the colours. Kip Sabian can just about bear. I wouldn't actually be bothered if he left, to be honest. I don't think you get rid of him because I think Christian needs the patriarchy. Well, he doesn't actually, but he's got a purpose, Annie, and that's what this is for. Commander, extremely talented in ring, has that hype man. Upper mid card, I don't think he's quite. I think Commander's like so talented that he could be further up, but yeah, let's go. Konosuke Takeshita to get rid now. I'm joking. For me, for my personal list, I want to put him in here. And it's a bit of an anomaly because obviously I know guys like Adam Cole are more over than him and Jay White. But this is just a personal tier list and I really appreciate his work and I've always appreciated his work, like even before AEW. Konosuke Takeshita for me in current times is in the top, in my opinion, he's in the top 10 wrestlers in the world right now. I'd put him up there with like Ospreay and I just think he's brilliant. I just really enjoy his matches and it's just personal preference. Kota Ibushi hadn't wrestled in AEW for about... He might as well go. I think he had a match in Japan at the end of 2024, but I don't think he's wrestled in AEW since 23. Chris Statlander. Oh, I love this woman, man. I want to put her in the girls. I'm going to put her in the girls. Another controversial one. I just love her so much. She's so unique. I absolutely love the appearance. I love the attire. I love the look. I just love Chris Statlander. I really like. I even put her above Jamie Hayter, but I just love Chris Statlander. I don't know what to say. I'm just a big fan of hers. I wish she was like women's world champion. I'll be honest. I wish she had it again. Or did she have it? I know she was TBS champion multiple times, but I swear she won the world championship. Knowledge terrible. Kyle. Well, he came back from obviously that illness or whatever he had. Like I say, I don't read too much into politics. I don't like to delve too much into people's personal business. But I knew he were away for a while. I think he was ill, wasn't he? And he came back and he's been okay. I think in the future he's going to get booked better than he was. So that's why I've put him in upper mid card as opposed to like these two. Because he seems to lose quite a lot. He had the match with Roderick, lost. Kyle Fletcher. This one's difficult because he's very... I think the stuff with Will Ospreay kind of puts some people off. Like the fact that people think he's trying to be Will Ospreay. I don't think he's trying to be Will Ospreay, I'll be honest. I think he's trying to be Kyle Fletcher. And for me, he's on the brink of main event, maybe. Yeah, I would say that. I like... I mean, I'd put him next to Daniel Garcia. Ugh. The thing is, it's like where I think they'll be. And I don't quite think I think Konosuke Takeshita's the guy from the Don Callis family. I think Kyle Fletcher's actually number one. He's like the most charismatic. I'm going to put him in, should be in the main event. Lee Moriarty. Love this guy, man. Love his look. Like, incredible look, but he's upper mid card. But I think, for me, that's where I think he should be. So it's like a bit of a mix. This tier list. Because it's like everywhere. Layla Hirsch. Now, for me, she's just a jobber. She reminds me a lot of Shayna Baszler. I think that's Leo Rush, that next one as well. She reminds me a lot of Shayna Baszler, but not Shayna Baszler. Is that? I think I'm gonna put it out there. I prefer her to Shayna Baszler, but that's just my opinion. Kind of similar styles, like that. The background, the style of wrestling. Leo Rush. I can't really bear him. I don't know. Get rid. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. Luther. That was his name, wasn't it? Luther. I mean, he's not really. Like, what's he gonna do now? Tony Storm's coming back to the rookie persona. Nah, can't see. Malachi. This is difficult because obviously I think he'll go back to WWE. I haven't read into the backstage stuff. Like I said, I don't get involved, but it sounds like the rumblings are gonna go. He's going to a WWE. Like, people seem very convinced on Twitter that he's going to WWE. So I'm gonna put him in get rid, not because I think he's worse than any of these tiers, but because that's obviously the crowning thing. Mark Briscoe. He's upper mid card for me. I like Mark. I think he's had a very difficult past couple of years, obviously with the passing of his brother. I think that's quite sad. I think as a tag team wrestler, you know, you could argue he's up here with the Briscoe brothers, but yeah, it's sad. But he's upper mid card, and I think he'll stay there. He'll have great matches with anyone, really. Who's that? I'm sick of my eyesight, dude. Mariah May, another British wrestler, so there's a bias, but I don't think she's as good as Toni Storm. And she's a good heel. Needs a bit of work, though, in my opinion. But I'm going to put brink of main event. That doesn't mean she's not in the main event, literally. I just think, for me, Mariah's still very young. And obviously, being British, I followed her in Stardom, and I followed Jamie the same. So I'm a bit hypercritical on these girls compared to, like, Chris Statlander, because I really want them to do well. I think you haven't seen the best of that woman yet, from what I've seen. Marina Shafir. She's just in Death Ride, isn't she? I can just about bear her shit. Not my Daddy Magic, Matt Menard. Upper mid card. Oh, mid card is fucking. Maybe jobber. He's just a jobber, isn't he? Matt Sydal Evan Bourne should have been an absolute legend in this game. WWE ruined him, to be honest. WWE absolutely ruined him. So when AEW got him, there was only very few fans that really appreciated his work that were like, oh my god, it's Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne. But like, for me, in 2011, he was my favourite. He had my favourite theme song, apart from Edge's and Triple H's. I think he'll just be a jobber, though. And that hurts a lot, to be honest, to say. Because he's such a talented wrestler, or he was such a talented wrestler. It's really sad. Matt Taven, the Undisputed Kingdom. I mean, I don't really like his look. I'm going to put him in just about bare. Oh, I mean, I can't have anyone else in Mount Rushmore, can I? Would I move any of them out? I'm going to put them in. And it's a 5-man Mount Rushmore now. We've extended The Rock. I can't not put them in there, bro. I can't see the other Young Buck, though. Where the hell's he? Put Brody Lee in Legend. I don't want to talk too much on Brody Lee because it makes me upset. I'm supposed to be happy. I've just seen him then when I'm scrolling through and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to sit and talk about him because it's sad. Like, it makes me upset. Where is Nicholas? I'll find him. Forget about him. I'm not sure who that is. Do I know who that is? Mercedes? Well, she's the girl. 4 belts Monet. Actually, I want to put her in the tier below. Actually. Because I don't think she's like, in WWE, she main evented WrestleMania and she's fell off a cliff since then, in my opinion. She needs to go back to to being like a more of a Sasha. My opinion, I think she needs to be more of that Sasha Banks character than this Mercedes character. My opinion, just my opinion. It's what made her successful and what made people fall in love with her. I do like this character, and I know she's trying to evolve and be more like herself, and that's what she prefers. Is it connecting with the audience as well as Sasha Banks did? Mike Bennett. I like Mike Bennett, but he's mid-card as fuck. Get rid of him. They just wasted him. Miro should be a top guy. MJF. I don't think he's quite Mount Rushmore, is he? I actually think with MJF, I'm going to put him in main event, or should be in it. Because MJF has actually fell off quite a lot in recent years. And I'm saying that as an AEW fan. I think like, I'm watching his promo stuff with Jeff Jarrett now, and it's good. But like, Is MJF, in your guys' opinion in the comments, do you think he's more suited to WWE? Because I think it, like, with censoring and a little bit of like management, I think he'd be better suited in WWE, in my opinion. But like, obviously he's that good, he can be anywhere really. But I don't think he's the guy because of he's not what he was a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know if that injury affected him. Mother Wayne. I can't really comment on her. I'm just going to put just about bearable. She's just a manager. Oh, get rid. Immediately. If that's that kid. MVP. I mean, MVP's a legend. I'm going to put him in legend. Bit weird to put him in legend, but I actually like MVP. I think he's a brilliant wrestler. He was. I thought he was super underbooked in WWE. Not used at all. And a really good rivalry with Matt Hardy. Coming to AEW with the Hurt Syndicate, who obviously were severely underbooked in WWE, rivaling with the Final Testament for about 5 years. So yeah, I think MVP, you're gonna see a bit better version of MVP now. So I'm quite excited to see that. So Nyla Rose, Nick Wayne, Orange Cassidy, don't know you. I can't tell who you are. Pac, Bastard Pac, Paul White is a legend. Can't see. Powerhouse, I think. Don't know who. I don't actually think I know who that is. Prince Nana, Queen Aminata. This woman, I always forget her name, but she's really good. So is that Ray Phoenix? Well, he's in WWE, so I'm going to put him in get rid. Right, let's try and restore some order, actually, because I'm just looking through everyone to see who I can recognise. Is that the Beast Mortis? No, what's he? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Anyway, Nick Wayne. For me, he's not going to go above mid-card. He's actually quite a jobber. Like, he loses all the time. Nyla? I like Nyla Rose, me. But I think she's upper mid-card. I don't think she'll go much higher than that. Yeah, it's quite balanced, this list, actually, looking. We need some more jobbers. Orange. For me, Orange Cassidy's got a great character and he's very unique. I'm going to put him at the top of upper mid-card for now. Because I don't think he's ready... for me, I don't think he's like believable just yet as a main event talent. For me, personally, I know some people think he should be world champion and carrying the banner and all that stuff, but just not for me. Bastard Pac loses way too much, by the way. Another British guy. Should be in the main event, in my opinion. I don't know whether I've seen him in there. So some of these is whether I think they should be, and some of them is if I think they will. It's not a very consistent tier list, is it? Powerhouse? I like Powerhouse Hobbs, actually. Yeah, I think he should be in the main event. Look at all the main event talent that AEW have and they don't utilise, man. Prince Nana, legend. Just put him in there. Queen Aminata, extremely high potential. She's kind of mid-card. She's upper mid-card at the moment, isn't she? In the next year, I think she maybe might compete, whether it be in Ring of Honor. I think she might compete. I'm putting this girl high. I can't remember her name. I've just had a bit of a brain fart, but like I really like her. I'll put her in upper mid card. I remember watching a match and I was like, "What the? This is incredible." Is that Rio? I haven't seen Rio in ages. I don't like that guy. Get rid of him. I do reckon who it is. Ricky Starks. I think it... Again, he's a bit like Malachi, isn't he, going to WWE? He's not really used. And a guy with his, like, his ability should... I'm going to put get rid for a selfish reason. Not because he's bad. But I think he should go somewhere else and reach his potential, because he's just not booked at all. He's terrible. Ricochet, heel Ricochet. I think they'll push heel Ricochet quite hard. So this is one of the ones where it's not going to be where I want him to be. And actually, no. I think he's an upper mid-carder. For me, he's an upper mid-carder. But I think he'll be up here. Genuinely, I think they're going to push him really hard. I think that acquisition, because Ricochet is still quite in his prime, like coming towards the end of his prime, but in his prime still. I think you'll see him pushed. Rio, I haven't seen enough of her, man, recently. I miss her. But she was great. She was great. I put her in upper mid-card. I haven't really seen her. Roderick, some shit booked. Shit booking in AEW, man. He's upper mid-card. But he should be more. Ruby. What's happened to Ruby? I used to like her. But if she's not being used, can we debate get rid? Like, I'm having to scour my memory of like 2023 AEW just to like rate these people, which is not the purpose of the tier list. I'm putting her in upper mid card. Sammy, he's like more prevalent in Ring of Honor now, isn't he? But I'm gonna put him in upper mid card. No, mid card. He's upper mid card. His matches are quite good. Samoa Joe, legend. For me, legend for Samoa Joe. He's a bit like Edge, and I think Edge. Adam Copeland. I mean, these two guys have given a lot to the business, but I do... well, actually, I want to put Joe in legend because... but then it contradicts what I'm saying about them. I'm going to put him in should be in main event or on the brink of it. I still think Joe's got a lot left to give. I think he's 45 years old, so... I always say wrestlers retire at 52. So I believe the prime of a wrestler, from what I can see in WWE and AEW, starts at around 35 and finishes at 52. So by my... rough estimations, obviously the Samoans wrestle quite a lot later. I think you've got another 5 or 6 years of Samoa Joe, even part-time. So I think he can reach that main event again. It's like a calculation I have to calculate who's like how long people have got left. Saraya, well, I'm British and I'm biased as shit. And I don't give a shit. I don't even think she's on TV much anymore. It's just bias. I mean, I'm British. I'm from the UK. I watched her. She's from Norwich. I watched her wrestle in like bingo halls and stuff. I think it were a bingo hall. No, it were like not a bingo hall. What were it? It were like a college hall, and they had like a jungle gym in there. Yeah, for me, the greatest women's wrestler to ever come out of Britain. Unfortunately, like stuff in her personal life affected like how successful she should have been. Like stuff like that got released, unfortunately. And I guarantee, like, all of us have done stupid stuff in our lives, like mistakes. And she shouldn't have been punished for that because she was, how over she was in WWE was ridiculous at that time. Serena Deeb, she's just a joke. She's like mid-card as fuck. Nope. Shelton, ain't no stopping me, no, Junkie, not the man. He's going to be an upper mid-carder. I think he'll win the tag titles with Lashley, but Benjamin still looks like he can go, but 50 years old or 49, nearly 50, so by my calculations, I think Benjamin will go longer than 52, though. I think he'll go to about 54, 55, like Jericho. So I think he looks like quite significantly younger than he actually is. Sky Blue. I'm going to put her mid-card. I don't like putting her here, though. I like her. I'm going to put her in upper mid-card. Sonjay Dutt, get rid. Don't even compete anymore. Sting, legend. Don't think he's on the Rushmore for me. Of AEW, I think he makes the WCW Rushmore and the TNA Rushmore. The thing with Sting is it's not his fault. He just didn't get long enough, and there wasn't enough time for him to showcase. Like, how good. Like, I wish he'd have signed for. I wish AEW, sorry, would have been around in like the early 2000s, or maybe like mid 2000s, like during the Ruthless Aggression era, because I think they could have grabbed Sting and you'd have seen some really cool stuff. I think we did see cool stuff, and he gave absolutely everything despite his age, and I cannot deny that he gave us some really memorable moments. But like, yeah, for me, Sting, if you want to see the best of Sting, WCW is the place to go, and that's almost 3 decades ago. So yeah, but did a great job when he came in. Made really good tag team with Darby Allin, but obviously age catches up with everyone. Swerve, I mean, he should be in the main event for me. I mean, he's super over. Like, I don't understand why he ain't in the world. Like, they didn't leave, for me, in my opinion, they didn't leave the world title on him long enough. But that's my opinion. Beast Mortis, I like him actually. He's quite good. I'm gonna put up a mid card for now. Tony, I think she'll become world champion again. I think she'll beat Mariah May at Grand Slam. I'm gonna put her in the girls. I think the thing with Mariah May is, obviously, I've watched a lot more of Mariah May than Tony Storm being British. Because, like, you're very patriotic. Like, as a wrestling fan, you always, like, unless you're from the USA, which is very difficult, but, like, probably Canadians and other countries, you really focus and study, like, the history of in professional wrestling of the characters from your native countries, the wrestlers. USA, there's too many, but, like, Great Britain, there's quite a lot, and I mean Canada, there's quite a lot, but you see how much love they have for like the wrestlers in Canada, and it's the same in the UK. So there's always going to be a bias from me towards British wrestlers, and it's natural. It's just natural, because I'm proud of where they've been from and where they've come to. Taya Valkyrie. Once upon a time, she was amazing. She's getting a bit older now. She's like, is she 50 now? She's 40s, definitely. Is she 40s? Because Johnny TV's 47, I want to say. I think she's late. I don't want to get this wrong. I'm going to Google it. Because if I say this, I know she'll never see it. But if she ever did see it, I'm going to look like a right idiot, bro. She's been around forever. I'm just Googling. Oh, she's 41. How wrong. How old's Johnny? Let me Google her. Damn, I got that wrong. Sorry, Taya. She's still got... Well, I think she's coming to what Johnny's 45. So Johnny TV's still got, by my calculations, about 5 to 7 years left. Women's wrestling, I think they do retire a little bit earlier. I think they retire like 45. So I think you're going to see a bit more attire, but it'll be on a part-time role and more of a managerial role. In TNA, she was brilliant. She's a jobber now, though, isn't she? Let's be real. She's a jobber now. Like her. Upper mid card. I'm going to try, like, just zoom through these guys. Butcher and Blade. I like them, you know. Yeah, I like them. I don't think they're quite main event, but I'm going to put them in there. Thunder Rosa. She's brilliant, you know. I'm going to put should be in the main event. I really like Thunder Rosa. Big fan. Big sucker for her. Oh, these guys can go, man. I'm sick as... I mean, I don't know who that is. Wait, didn't I... Is that... Oh, Jesus, what's his name? The guy who, like, betrayed Orange Cassidy and became a fucking heel. And now you never see him. Can just about bear. I didn't like it when he turned, man. I hate knowing so many wrestlers because you forget the names of so many of them. Wardlow. Upper mid card. I wasn't as big of an advocate that he should have been pushed into the into the sky. Not seen much of her, by the way. I do know it is, but I've not seen much of her. He was pushed. Like, a lot of people advocate that Wardlow's poorly booked and should be pushed to the sky. I'm not one of them guys. I'll be honest. I prefer, in a big man, I prefer something a bit more like Powerhouse Hobbs. I like him. I can get behind Powerhouse Hobbs. Wardlow, I struggle even as a heel. Wheeler Yuta. Oh God, I hate this guy, man. This is just personal. I'm going to say get rid. I just don't like him. It's nothing about his wrestling ability. I just see him and I you know, I get that feeling. This is perfect because for me, we've got two that go up in. This is easy. So my favourite wrestler at the moment, British bias as well. Osprey. I know some people don't like him and he no-sells and stuff, but yeah, like his matches are brilliant, man. And the next woman, for me, is up there as well. Everything from the theme song to the look, and to the no disrespect, I've put her in the highest category, so I can say this, because I really, really rate this woman, and I think genuinely, hand on heart, believe that she should be the world champion very soon, because she is somebody who WWE will snap up. I'm telling you now that she's got the look, the music, she's super over, and for a woman of her like kind of build, the moves she can do, like I've never seen even a man move like that with that kind of build. Genuinely, she is for me severely underrated and should be pushed to the moon. That's my AEW 2025 tier list. What do you guys think? I mean, I really feel like I should have put a woman on the Mount Rushmore and maybe move Mox down. But I don't want to do that because I can't. I don't think a woman's made a stamp like Moxley has. So it's difficult to do. So we've got a bunch of people I can't really see. I think I put Ray Phoenix in Get Ready, I did. I can't zoom in, I don't know the controls, and the video's been about 5 years long. So if you guys did enjoy the video, or disagree with anything, or didn't like it, if you want to comment who you'd move around, you tell me who you'd move around. Everybody has different opinions, and none of them are right or wrong, unless it's that Willow Nightingale isn't in the top tier, then you are completely wrong. Guys, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one, and peace.